Hello and welcome to News18.com. I am Chirag Sehgal and our guest today is the actor Karanvir Sharma, who recently featured in Disney Plus Hotstar's A Thursday. Hi Karanvir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Chirag.
Karanvir, the movie is getting an immense response, a lovely response from the audience. People are calling it probably the best start to the year. Did you expect this?
I certainly had a lot of expectations from this film, to be honest, because I think on a script level, if it excites you, and if you reach somewhere even close enough, it's wonderful, isn't it? So I did have those expectations. My director, on the other hand, is like, I just wanted to work, man. I don't know what I've done, but this kind of a message needs to go out.
Yeah. In the beginning of the movie, we saw Yami addressing you as somebody who's a drama queen, who's filmy. But we want to know how filmy are you in real life?
I'm not, dude. I hardly have any filmy friends. A very regular Joe, middle class boy, born in Mumbai. That's the only filminess that I have, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Yeah. Otherwise, nobody's actually really filmy, right? You know, unless you get a little. Okay, let's not get there. I was going to say unless you get a little high.
Oh, you can. You surely can.
I would drink and become a Punjabi. I'm a Punjabi boy, so when I meet my uncles and all, then I get the Punjabiness comes out more than the filminess. You know.
Yeah. But one thing that left probably your fans a little upset and disappointed after the movie was, so there was a still that got viral before the movie was released in which you were seen in a court. What happened to that scene? Was that removed from the final cut?
I guess I'm not, to be honest, I haven't watched the film yet because I'm waiting for, I'm so nervous. It's so down and out, with me. It's like, I told Behzad, I want this film to work. Maybe this time I'm not going to watch it because I was there in his previous film and I was in all his screenings there as well. And I said, Behzad, I'm not going to watch it. Yeah. I wanted to work for you more than anything else. So I think now that I said, he's like, "Tu kab dekhega?" Tu nahi dekh raha. Dude, you're my critic, man. Like, I know you're going to come up with something or the other. So I told him that, I'll watch it. Once it's a success, I'll watch it.
So are you planning to watch it, say, with your parents? You want to sit with them and watch the movie?
That's the idea. But unfortunately, they've already seen it. They just called me up in the morning and they were like, "Sorry, Karan, we couldn't wait." I said, "Yeah, just I was going to watch it later in the evening today." But they just couldn't wait. So they've already seen it and they were all praises for everybody. Yami, especially for Behzad's direction. Everyone's done a fabulous job. If you talk about that scene predominantly was there. I think it's going to be. I think that's director's call. I think he's the one who decides the edit and what stays and what doesn't. So I think
but what was that scene all about?
Well, that scene was predominantly about. Eventually, it comes towards the last half of. Towards the end of the movie, where he fights. He stands up for his woman, and not even his woman. That'll be wrong to say. Actually, he stands for Naina.
Yeah.
And her fight, and he says, "Let the court decide."
Yeah.
What is right, what is wrong, but I'm just here to say this, that I'm going to fight Naina Jaiswal's case.
But then, if that scene would have been there, don't you think the ending of the movie would have been completely different?
They were planning on keeping it as like post credits or something. Then I told Behzad that gives a sort of a indication of a sequel, of sorts, So maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know what the reason was. To be honest, I don't know why he didn't keep it. But it's like I said, it's a director's medium, right? Firstly, it's his baby first.
It's a good idea to have a sequel again, like after a Thursday, probably a Friday, and you already have a Wednesday also.
Is it? Yes, you have Monday, Tuesday left. Honestly, there's already like a Black Friday, and there's something else. Saturday Night Fever is already there, so we are stuck with limited days. We gotta play around with something else now.
Yeah. Since you also mentioned about your parents having watched the film before you, and that's what I wanted to ask. Are they a critique to your work? Like, do they give you suggestions and say tips about your work?
I think so. So my aunt, who stays with my parents, she's like an out and out. उसको कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता है. She's like अच्छी थी बुरी थी like that. She's very simple that ways, you know. Yeah, तू तो you are always good, yeah. So I don't believe what she says. My mom is very like she is so blunt. Like if she doesn't like anyone, hey, कैसा actor है, you know. Like once like कैसा क्या hairstyle बना दिया था तूने तू hairstyle को नहीं बदल देता. So she's very genuine with her opinions and as an audience. My dad obviously is very technical, so he'll get into like the thought and the subtext of things, and then he chooses his words wisely. So I have a
Yeah.
mix of all these three
Yeah.
critiques at home. So yeah, that's
And
what
what
it
was
is.
your mother's reaction to a Thursday?
She said, "Yeah, Yami kidney soni hai." I said, "That's what I say." I said, "How's the performance?" You know. So she said, "No, no, she's good. Everyone's good." You know.
But we also wanted to know, like, while you were approached for the movie, you were shooting for Shaurya and Anokhi.
Yeah.
So how did it happen? Like, how did you decide to go with this character? How were you approached?
You know, that's the thing. That's the first thing I told Behzad because this is my second time around that I'm working with him as,
Yeah.
an actor-director relation that we have. Um, the first thing I told Bez was, why do you always call me when I'm busy somewhere else? I'm free the other time around, and and you're totally MI. So he said, please, yeah, work this out. I think you do justice to this character. I'm really pushing hard for you. So
Yeah.
do that, brother. Just figure it out. I'll try to support you as much as I can. And it's always happened when I was doing blank with him in 2 years ago. And that time I was shooting for another
Yeah.
thing. I was shooting for another show. And this time as well. So it's just hand in glove with him. And somehow it all works. I mean, there's never like there's never like a issue
Yeah.
shooting with him or with the other crew that I'm with. Just flows.
As Shaurya, though, you ruled hearts. You still are ruling hearts as Shaurya. Like, trending on Twitter when the show was on air was like a daily
Thank you.
routine. And then like then
It's like a daily routine there, but thanks. That's a big
it was
compliment.
Shaurya and Anokhi every day. It used to be there on Twitter, all over on
Yeah,
social media. And
yeah.
then you moved to Bollywood with a Thursday where where you are not at the center. So didn't you
Mm.
fear being overshadowed while signing the movie?
No, yeah, not. To be honest, the only thing I feared was that if I don't do it well, if that vulnerability is not shown, because see, I'm a performer first. I'm not
Yeah.
privileged in that sense where I'll be like, यार यार मैं तो रोज ट्विटर पे ट्रेंड करता हूँ भाई मेरे को तो ओवरशैडो नहीं करेगा कोई ऐसा कौन सोचता है आजकल यार वी आर लाइक वेरी we work and I think that's one of the reasons I connect with my director as well because he knows that I'm this middle class boy trying to make a living so he
Yeah.
connects with that so and I think I'm very real in that sense I just want to do justice to the person who's got me on board first and his character and then for Naina's character if Rohit Mirchandani wasn't vulnerable towards his
Yes.
fiance you would somewhere slack that emotional quote and that uprise that happens towards the last 20 minutes somewhere that's
Yeah.
what I believe so I have to be true to that character in a sense and it's I was very clear this is not my film this is Yami's film and everybody else is just lending able support so that's what it is.
So how do you want your film to be like? Like, do you want it action, thriller, comedy, romance?
I love thrillers, man. I think you get to play a lot. I think I would like to do a horror movie now, because you get to play. It's cinematically very challenging as well. Comedy I've already done in not in a feature film, but in a show. But thrillers, action is something that is my forte. Like I love doing action. I'm playing
Yeah.
in my upcoming web series. I'm playing a cop again. So there's a lot of action over there as well. A lot of stunts. So I think that's game for me, man. I think that's something that
Yeah.
I would like to do.
And since you have worked both on big screen as well as television, what is it that excites you more? Like, want to prefer more?
I just want to act, man. I want to work with like-minded people. I want to do good work because television obviously gives you a lot of leverage as far as being a people's person. And
Yeah.
films gives you another kind of recognition, where they take you. It's very difficult to crack into Indian cinema,
Yeah.
So I think, with the OTT opening up its doors and welcoming you, I think, if you're a good actor, or rather, a convincing actor, I think you'll find your space, and that's the kind of space that I want to look at.
Do you think contacts also in that way help you to crack into the Bollywood?
Yeah, of course. Don't you know that? You
No,
know
but
that, right?
have you experienced a situation where, say, you know that you could have done, say, X role or Y role better, and you gave an audition for it, but somehow you lost it because maybe someone else was preferred.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I got to know that, oh, I was going to do a project. I was like, I'd signed the film, and then I got to know that, no, this one's doing it. Then I researched and I got to know who's doing it, and he was some actress's son. So I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. What can you do?
So
So it always happens. Or then there's some producers like, I know, I need a, a bigger star. Eventually
yeah,
the film only got shelved as a different thing, but it always happens. Yeah, such
so
instances
that
happen.
favorism is always there.
It's there. It's like any other job. I feel, you can't take it too literally and seriously. And I think that favorism is, to be honest, it really doesn't matter to me. I think
Yeah,
now I'm not in that space where I need to give too much attention to it, because hey, I was born this way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we also asked your fans on social media if they have some questions to ask to you, and we were flooded with questions. So we have jotted down some of the fans' question, and you'll have to answer them now.
All
So the
right.
first is there will there any second season of Shaurya and Anokhi? Fans are eagerly waiting for.
There is a possibility, yes. There is a
If
possibility
yes,
with the kind of craze that it's gone. I mean, it's become the number one show in South Africa, dude. That has taken me by surprise. And I've never seen a show which has wrapped still trend on Twitter. It's never happened. It's been
yeah.
the most tweeted television series across India and US. So I think it's one of its kind. It's amazing. So I think that could be a possibility. Yes.
So are makers talking about the second season, or
You're going to get me into trouble. You want to ask everything.
we want to know about Shaurya and Anokhi season 2? Everybody is eagerly waiting for it.
कोई नहीं बनाएगा तो मैं बनाऊंगा.
Do you wish to participate in any of the reality shows, whether it is Big Boss or Khatro Ke Khiladi?
I get an offer for Big Boss every year, yeah, but I don't know. I said I'll be the most boring person to have around, because I just can't pick a fight like that, with everybody. I just don't. I just like shut up and move and sit on the side. I'm one of those guys who likes to chill. Like, kya lad rahe? Or I'll just laugh at one of the people who's just fighting for, getting that camera
Yeah.
focus. So I find it very weird, dude. I think I'm more of an adventure junkie. So for me, a Khatro Ke Khiladi makes sense.
Yeah.
I've just found love in like dancing, so maybe some dance show.
Your future projects.
I'm doing a web series now. I'm doing a feature film. I can't speak much about the feature film right now because it's too early to speak about it. But the web series is called Invisible Woman. It has the ensemble cast, Sunil Shetty, Rahul Dev, a lot of people. And it's a Saregama project. So really excited.
Which director and female actress do you want to work with in Bollywood in future?
I love Alia Bhatt, dude. I saw her trailer recently, and I worked with her in a commercial as well,
Yeah.
with which was directed by Shashank Khaitan. So Shashank Khaitan is a gem of a guy. In fact, I told so Shashank Khaitan is there on the list. Sanjay Leela Bhansali. For actress, it's Alia Bhatt, of course. Um, Besides that, I was telling Yami this. I said, it was such a fan moment for me, like
Yeah.
when I saw the film, I was like, I literally DM'd Aditya Dhar, like, this is a good film, and I'm typing this down because please take me in your next. That's literally what I put down. So Aditya Dhatt, obviously, man, I have an immense amount of respect for his work.
तो आपके एक फैन ने पूछा है, how does it feel to be somebody who rules so many hearts?
How do you reply to that? How does it feel? I feel humbled. Yeah, I feel humbled. Thank you so much, guys.
What beauty hacks do you follow?
I think the only beauty hack that I follow is I just put sunscreen. I mean, I have an outdoor schedule. That's the only thing that I do. I have no beauty hacks, and I think one thing that's really helped me, a lot is this the copper bottles that you have water in. You keep it overnight and have like you chug it down early in the morning. I think that's golden, man. That's golden. That's really helped me. I think Ayurveda is the thing, man. That's what it is.
And your fitness mantra, lastly.
Eat good, tasty, healthy food, man. I think no oil. I despise oily food. Least amount. I mean, even if you cook it in oil, it just pisses me off to see it floating around. And and if you can, add ghee more to your diet, it's got very, very good benefits. So yeah.
Are you not a workout person, gym person?
I think my diet, predominantly is 70% of my workout. That's why I wanted to emphasize on that. Besides that, I have a fancy for martial arts, cycling, outdoor sports, so I do all of that, but that's seldom nowadays because you're promoting or you're busy shooting and promoting. So it gets a little difficult. So that's the time I concentrate on my diet. Otherwise, a bit of outdoor activity is always game.
Thank you so much, Karanvir, for joining us. It was wonderful talking to you. Everybody's loving our Thursday, and your fans are waiting for more future projects.
Thank you, Chirag. You've been very, very kind. Thank you. Cheers.